Greetings all, welcome back for the next episode for Expeditions Conquistador. Now, before I sort of start this episode, I sort of overlooked something when I was basically playing this game. And I'll note, by the way, I brought the feminist achievement here. That's from basically starting a party with all females and a female conquistador. That's part of the reason I sort of started this Let's Play. But I'll note that, it's not really something I really had to do just to, I don't have to play through the game and win it to get this achievement. I just could have started and be done with it, but whatever. Now, basically, there's something I overlooked at basically in the other episode that I wanted to tack into it, but I'll basically do it here. If you go to the main site for Expedition Conquistador, if you want, you can basically just read over the followers and stuff. I'll note that I'm not really going to do this myself. But if you go to basically followers here for Expedition Conquistador, you can read over like the little blips about each of these different followers. Like, I'm not going to do it basically go into the actual things myself here. Basically, all these people have like their own background stories and they're little traits and distinctiveness, so to speak. And you're basically like sort of providing leadership to them and in their world. But how their like backstories can actually come in and play into parts of your game, so to speak. You'll actually find that they sometimes have their own events, so to speak, in your gameplay. And we'll get to that eventually when we see it, but for now, I just want to note that before just pressing on. Anyhow, let's just sort of press on now, and obviously show you on basically out here into the ruins and all that. And I'll note that I just came here and hit a cairn. These cairns, I'll note by the way, are like part of this goals. If you find 4 of these, for the initial one out here, you'll get basically start the outskirts goal going. Each of these cairns that you find are worth 10 experience each, and when you find them all, you can basically consult your maps, and you'll get extra experience for it. So we'll be looking out for those. And we'll make our way over to the ruins over here. On our way, I'll pick up stuff like these herbs from the plant right there. And we'll just keep going. Down here is another cairn of a wharf, so we'll go look at that. So chart the outskirts and our cairn right there. A little bit of municipal value, so to speak, from the stuff here. Now, note that I'm running out of moves here at this point, so I'm going to be very precarious and go out into the jungle here. Basically, whenever you run out of moves in a day, you actually have to make camp overnight. And something to note is that depending on where you camp, you'll have different prospects for guard, patrol, and hunt difficulty. So if I go into jungle here, I'll actually have medium difficulty in guarding, patrolling, and hunting. And that's a little bit better than on the road, because on the road you can suffer guard difficulty and such, as well as hunt difficulty for that matter. I'm going to start off with getting these doctors to do a little bit of herbalism. Going to have you do a little bit of hunting. And now we don't need to have you do that. We're going to have the scholar do a little bit of hunting. We're going to have our scouts do a little bit of patrolling. And then we're just going to have everyone else guarding the camp. Now, you also have to feed your people, and we're basically going to do at this point is auto-allocate new meat, and then what this will do is, and whenever I try and camp, I'm basically going to automatically give these guys meat if I have it, or we're just going to give them 1 ration each. So they're all going to get fed 1 ration each, and then we'll just push on. After you make camp, you'll basically get this little event screen that happens afterwards. Sometimes you'll actually have a real events pop up, but in this case, we just had a little bit of, basically consume some rations. Our people processed some herbs and medicine. Our camp defenses held up, and we didn't lose anything. Our patrol found something, which is very nice, and then we also had a meager catch from our hunting party. So we're gonna have a little bit of meat problems, so to speak. But oh well. Let's go get these herbs. And we'll get these valuables over here. Some more herbs that way, so we'll go that way. And we're not yet at the temple there. That's where we're going, but we'll get there next day. Let's see here. I think we're going to have one of the doctors switch over to do hunting, because I'm basically going to get 6 herbs done with her doctor skill there. There's really no need to overlap it. Herbs don't go bad, by the way, so if you have them, you really don't have to do more than what you need unless you're like really desperate for like medicine, so we'll just leave it at that. Another meeker catch, we only got 4 meat this time. It's a little bit better than last time, but it's not that much better. We got a few more herbs, so we'll be able to do more herbalism again. And let's go to the temple here. So, Ruined Temple. You approach the ruins, the sound of a low primal chanting emanates from somewhere among them. At the edge of the jungle, where the trees open up into the clearing, you stop your men and signal for them to stay low and out of sight. The ruins appear to be an old temple from a previous civilization, and you must have caught the pagans preparing for a ritual. Men and women are decorating themselves with blue and white paint in different patterns, while others are piling up wood for a large bonfire. So we can assess the risk posed by the cult. Most of the pagans are unarmed, but weapons are arranged within reach, mostly bows, but also some shields and obsidian swords. Scattered around the killing are spears thrust into the ground, with heads impaled upon them. On your journey across the Atlantic, your people share stories about this kind of cult. If you attack now before the ritual is underway, you might be able to catch them at disadvantage. However, a nocturnal attack would make all those bows a little less dangerous. So here's where you sort of get the action, like deciding how you want to basically go through this. If you attack right now, you'll basically catch them unprepared. There'll only be like a couple of civilians, so to speak, along with like the rest of their troops. If you draw in return at death, there'll be more troops, but you basically won't have to worry so much about them hitting with those bows because it'll be dark. And then you can also approach with your weapon sheath if you want, and that's what we're going to do for this one. As you peer from the edge of the jungle, the nearest pagans shout out in alarm, and soon half a dozen cultists are formed a semicircle around you. Their weapons are ready, but at least they're not pointing them at you yet. Though their face paint and outfits are nearly identical, you guess that their leader is probably a woman who wears a slightly larger headdress. So you can basically say, mean you no harm, I'm here to learn about what goes on at these ruins, or you can send your troops to kind of hiding if you want, and we'll actually do that right now. With a subtle motion of your fingers, you give the signal for your men to come forward. They step out from between the trees and slowly walk towards you with their weapons ready. The cultists back off a little bit, great alarm evident in their eyes, chatting up fearful amongst each other. I see that I've earned your respect. Who's in charge here? Isabella steps out from the jungle behind you and helpfully translates your words into a language that the pagans seem to understand. In response, the woman you pegged as a leader takes a single step forward. I am Keskuye, Keku of this tribe. Isabel helpfully throws in a note that the Keke is a tribal chief. So you are a tribe. Keskuye nods, perhaps a little surprised that you could not tell. You have interrupted our ritual of cleansing. What do you want from us? So, what is this ritual about? Every year, we bring the preserved heads of our elders here. We arrange them around this holy site to call upon their spirits for protection. Then we create a bonfire and dance around it while performing a mystical chant of our ancestors. This is an ancient ritual that has been passed down for generations. It is unique to our tribe. So you can like try diplomacy here. That sounds to me enough. I must ask you, however, to leave these ruins tonight after the ritual is finished. You can say, what a ridiculous ritual. There is only one god. Isn't it about time you can ban your false beliefs for him? Or you can say, pathetic criminal savages. Kill them all. Kill them all. But we're just going to say it's ridiculous and go from there. So the open-minded followers here don't like that very much, but the pious ones will. So behind you, Daniel Herden speaks up. Well said, Capitan. These poor godless savages will be much better off if they embrace the light of the Lord. So Isabella seems a little uneasy to translate that, but you can tell from Kaiser's expression that the translation was faithful. She looks furious. You arrogant, petulant thug! We have conducted our cleansing ritual on this site for every year for as long as I have lived. We will continue to carry out our ritual long after you and your kind are gone. So you can try diplomacy here, fine, but you must vacate these ruins tonight as soon as the ritual is over, or you can just shoot her and think not attack. And we're just going to shoot her in the face. Boom! With a simple hand signal, you give the order. With no hesitation, Daniel Hernandez raises her arquebus and fires, dropping Keskuye with a sack of wheat. There's a great commotion as the gunpowder smoke fills the air in front of you, but none of the pagans dare move. As the smoke lifts, Keskuye lies in a pool of blood, her frantic breathing bubbling in her throat as the life leaves her. Her fellow cultists are staring at you wide-eyed. So, if you want to, you can say kill them all, or you can say listen well, heathens, you will leave this place and will never return, and that's what we're going to do right here, so tactics medium, go! And your words hang in the air for a few seconds, then the cultists break up, fearful and retrieve their personal effects. 2 of your men carry Keskuye's body away. You and your people stay around to watch them leave until the last pagan disappears directly into the jungle. And that's basically it for the quest. So basically we came in here, we said, you know, praise God or die. They failed, you know, or the shaman did, and she got shot in the face, and then all, you know, we basically told the other guys to get out of there, and they did. So that's done. Basically report back to the governor to let them know the cult won't be any trouble anymore. Before I do though, I'm going to go up here and grab these herbs over here. Just because they're in range. And then we'll go down here. And we'll make camp. And I think we'll leave our guys as they are right now, doing what they do. So camp. And we found a little medicine, a corpse, and we got meager, you know, meat again, yet again. Why not? Your hunters will get better as you progress along, but for now they'll be a little bit incompetent, so to speak, about hunting your party. Let's grab those lovely medicinal herbs right there. If I want to, I could keep going down this road, but I think what we're going to do, I'm just going to book it up to this cairn over here. Yeah, I'll go to that cairn over there. And note that, by the way, I'm now on the coast, so hunting difficult would be a little bit easier here, but patrolling will be a little bit harder. I'm going to get both of you to do herbalism this time around. And again, we'll just basically eat these rations and continue on. Corpse treasure. Returning from a trip, your hunters report that they came across a corpse in the jungle carrying some gems and valuable jewelry. They decide to give the unfortunate individual a makeshift burial and bring you to loop back to the camp along with spoils of the hunt. So, end event. It looks like we actually got some decent meat that time, so that was good. And we got some extra valuables too. Let's go kit up this cairn here. So this is for chart to coast. This is actually a different one of those chart. Basically, you'll find there's 3 of these chart type goals. One will be for the coast, one will be for the outskirts, and then one will be for the mountains later on. We'll probably get this one eventually, but we'll focus on getting outskirts, you know, initially, and then we'll move on to get coast after that. And of course, we'll make our way back to our capital right now, so we'll do that. The healing herbs. Marisol Cuz runs up to you with requests a moment of your time. Capitan Fuchsia, will you please halt the expedition for a moment? I would like to investigate some interesting fungi that I and my assistants have found growing in some of the trees we've passed. So you can basically tell them to stop, or you can figure it out and press on. We're actually telling them to rest in here and get those herbs, so... You allow the doctor a few minutes to collect samples before continuing. Gets Tyler withdraws through her cart to examine the samples and emerges after a moment with an ambiguous conclusion. As far as you can tell, the numbing properties of these fungi will, when adjusted, will serve perfectly in treating injuries and diseases. Perhaps it will be wise to ask the servants to collect any fur fungus we will find. So, see to it. So this will slow down your progression a little bit, but it'll give you a lot of herbs, so your expedition increases a little more slowly to allow your servants time to collect those fungi. Eventually, the affected trees fin and stop appearing along your path, so we'll have a little bit less moves here, but as a result, we'll also be able to get access to more medicinal herbs, which is good. And I'm on the road, so basically on the road, guard difficulty is very, very hard, but you know, patrol is very easy, and then hunt is very hard, as you can see. And I think what we're going to do here, let's get Mercedes here to do a little bit of herbalism. And we'll just camp out. And note that it basically says, fortunately, despite your weaknesses in your camp security, nothing happened this time. So it's known to me that my security is a little bit weak, but you got off easy this time, so that's good. And luckily, we actually got a little bit of meat from our hunting party this time around, so we'll actually be able to feed them with just the meat this time around, which is a blessing. And then we go back into the capital here. So, very quick event doing all that. I'll go report to the governor now, so we'll do that. So, this time, Dave Mendes' staff lets you straight into the without delay, and the governor gets up from behind Fancy's desk from where he entered his office. What news of the Pagans? They've vacated the ruins. They won't be using it any longer. Well, that's perhaps not quite the permanent solution I was hoping for, but it takes care of their immediate problem. We can re-establish trade routes with Santiago then. That'll benefit our economy greatly. I expect you spend some supplies searching for the jungles for those heathens. I shall direct Senor Kokura a treasure to have payment for services rendered brought to your carts. You can use that to restock your stores. I think 1,000 valuables should suffice. Know if you had more diplomacy here, you could ask for a bit more, but that's about all we're going to get, so let's talk about the rebels. He lifts curls in disdain. Yes, the rebels. To think that our countrymen would sink so low as to make war against the colony of Spain. So, who leads them? As far as we know, there are 2 rebel leaders. One group is led by Esteban Gagogo, a mountain of a man who used to be a notorious brawler in Spain before he came here. We don't know who leads the second group. They mainly terrorize the northern coast, so they may know more about them in Santiago. Why did they turn against the crown? Idealism, greed, madness. Take your pick, I couldn't say. To heart of the matter, then, what shall we do about it? The rebels must be defeated at all costs. The problem with will be finding them. Gago's band has recently been raiding our mines in the mountains west of here, freeing our slaves, stealing our silver ore, and destroying our equipment. That man is a menace. He's got our soldiers cowering in fear. If you visit our mines and speak to our troops there, you may be able to track them down. As for the other group, your best chance is to go to Santiago to talk to Capitan Leonor Vizcano. Her company has been stationed there for the past 6 months to defend the town against the northern rebel army. I've heard no progress in that regard, but she must have learned something by now. Hopefully something that will help you find and neutralize those bastardos. I think this Esteban has a higher priority. I have no opinion on the matter. They are both urgent threats to his ability of control over his island. Whichever part of the problem you decide to deal with first, I wish you good luck. Return to me when you have something to report. So basically that's done. As you exit Alcazar de Clone, one of the guards posts outside stops you politely. Senor Fixa, one moment. Senor De Rosa was here, looking for you earlier. He asked me to tell you he'd like to talk to you. He'll be waiting for you in the market at an event. So note that when you get back to here, basically you're going to do another little practice skirmish with the Italian again. And I think we'll talk to this person here. So, wealthy merchant. Capitan, what do I owe you the honor? You have me at a disadvantage, senor. Oh, I beg your pardon. My name is Fernando Fernandez Luna. I am merchant liaison to the royal court. We all saw your ship come into harbor. It's comforting to have a fresh cut of noble Spanish soldiers to protect us from the savages. So, you can talk to the wealthy merchant here to get some details about the island and all that. So, you have a lot of problems with savages? Well, they have mostly been compliant. A few tribes still resist our dominion, however. But I'm sure you understand. One never feels safe with such primitives roaming the islands. The presence of your troops makes us all more secure. Does Capitan Norgren not have it under control? The Capitan does what he can, but, well, he's not as proactive as he used to be. If you ask me, the man has grown soft. The savages need to be ruled with an iron fist. There can be no doubt who's in control of his island. I will not stay long, I hope. I am arranging for an expedition to the mainland. Ah, we are sorry to hear that, of course, but that too is a noble pursuit. You seek to conquer the new territories for the glory of King Carlos? So, is my highest aspiration to bring glory to His Majesty? I'm not here to conquer. I hope to chart the new world and learn about the history and native culture in the lands, so you can do one of these. If you do this, the aggressive people will like it, but let's just say I'm not here to conquer. His face remains sully, but voice remains utterly polite. Ah, you're a scholar then. There is a glory in that as well. Just don't make any mistake of trusting the savages too much, or your expedition may end the same way as Philip Gersh's restless soul. Philip Gutierrez. He is your predecessor. His was our first expedition to the mainland. Capitan Gersh's ships left our port for fewer troops around 2.5 years ago, but nobody ever returned. Well, I'm bringing but a small fraction of these troops he brought. I will not be waging a war with that kind of army. Understood. I must be on my way. But of course, id condinos, Capitan. So basically that's a little blip about what's going on. Let's go to the market here. Now, I'll note that when you get to the market back from the ruined temple, you really do want to get to Umberto real quick. Because basically, he's going to teach you tinkering. So, Umberto de Rosa is not immediately visible, so you walk around for a quarter of an hour, browsing the wares and items on display, hoping to find a useful trinket. Eventually, you bump into the ever-present quartermaster, who's strolling through the market, determinedly heading towards a particular stall. Capitan Fuxa, I apologize for the delay. I deduce that you received my message. I did indeed, but you seem to be ahead somewhere. I need some barricades for Noriega. He's having a training battle this afternoon, and I must arrange the battlefield to teach the men flanking and similar maneuvers. I thought you might be interested in an introduction to the noble art of tinkering. Somebody here sells barricades. Umberto chuckles and pats you on the back. Not quite, my dear. Me and my Kikos construct them ourselves, but we need materials for the construction. Over in the back, here are a few good shops that sell all manner of useless rubbish. Brilliant stuff to tie together in piles and put away in heavily armed men and women. You will show me how to construct these deploy these barricades. Together with Umberto, you visit the merchants he was looking for. Their stalls sell decent enough goods, pottery, wagons, parts, and even lumber to use in the construction. But Umberto is only interested in the junk they keep out back, which he manages to haggle down from the already very low price offered to him. His subordinates follow along with carts and ferrying materials back to the fortress, where you and some of your people convene with De Rosa and his lot. So right, where do we start? First, watch my boys put together the first barricade. It's simple stuff, but there is an art to assembling useless old rubbish in such a way that it'll slow down or even deter trained soldiers. Once we've got a first barricade up, you have your people set up the rest. We've got half an hour before Nurga's people get here. Let's get started. And then, of course, you get into battle here. And I'll note that I actually missed a little bit here. So, precisely, young one, I thought you perhaps your troops would like to help assess against barricades. You can conspire against Nurga's people and get a feel for how obstacles may best be used to your advantage. And basically, this is going to teach you a little bit about barricades and stuff. So, begin the battle. Alright, so this time around we have some equipment, so let's put that on Reyna. I'm going to put it on Teresa, sure. Gabriel, you can come out. Let's bring out 3 soldiers, so bing, bing, bing. We'll bring out all the soldiers for this fight. And we'll just continue on from here. So, to battle! Alright, this is probably not a screen you're expecting to see, but this is the title screen for Expeditions Conquistador. And, something to note about this game is that it kind of crashes a lot. So, I'm going to have to jump into our last autosave here and just continue on from there. Basically, something to note about this game is that it's not exactly the best, I guess, for, like, playability. Eventually, it'll, like, you'll get these crashes quite a bit, and especially in Mexico in the second campaign. So, essentially, what's going to happen here is I'm going to have to do all that stuff over again. Hooray! Though, it'll be a little bit quicker this time because obviously I'll be able to skip all the text I already read to you guys, so there's that. Okay, let's go over here. Get back into Santo Domingo. Go talk to the governor. So what news of the pagans? Blah blah. What is their aim? To overthrow me as governor of this island. Why? What will they do with the power? If it is theirs, anyone's guess. It doesn't matter. In any case, things will not turn out this way in respect. This is actually new, by the way. Spain will cut off all our supplies to this colony if it falls out of the crown's control. The slaves will rise up and we will all be killed. So who leads them? What shall we do about it? The rebels must be defeated at all costs. The problem will be finding them. One's in the mountains, one is on the North Shore. You can do whatever you want here, by the way. So, whichever part of the problems you decide to deal with first, I wish you good luck. Return to me when you have something to retort. And of course, you get, called over to the marketplace. And we're going to try and begin this battle yet again. Hopefully it won't crash again. To battle! Again! Yes, to battle again. And I hear battle music because we've loaded. Hooray! So here we go. So this is basically the same setup as last time. It was a little bit expanded. And then of course you got barricades and other stuff over here. So let's see here. He's got a doctor, a man-at-arms doctor. He's got a man-at-arms soldier, man-at-arms hunter, recruit soldier, recruit hunter, recruit scout. I've basically got, similar to him, one scout, one doctor, one hunter, soldier, soldier, soldier. And I also have access to these barricades here if I want to. And I can place these down if I want, basically on the battlefield to prevent movement from this guy's side. Now, note, if you have high tactics, you can place more of these and you can place them out of fire from your guys. So I could actually block this off, or I could block this off. And this would actually hold off his guys a little bit as a result. We're actually going to save our barricades, though, because it's not really needed for this fight. And, you know, we're just going to push on with them. So let's just begin battle. And let's see here. Let's shoot his doctor again. And I'll move my hunter down here. I'm going to move Sierra over to... Yeah, let's move her here. I don't think she can really do anything from here. Well, she can't do much. She can shoot the hunter here. She can shoot the hunter. She can only shoot the hunter over here. But anyhow, we're just going to let her guard, because she's just basically going to, you know, keep house for the moment. The scout... Let's move our scout all the way back to... Yeah, let's do it. Let's move the scout all the way over here. Behind the stall. Let's have you move over to here. And unlike the other guys, you can actually get a shot at people, so... Let's shoot this soldier. And miss, of course. And you can hide behind these barricades, so to speak. You can go... here. Take a pot shot at this doctor. And just move over here. And I'm going to move the doctor all the way down to here. And you'll shoot this guy over here. And that'll be it for the first little bit here. Note, by the way, I'm switching these guys' weapons back to like their polearms and such. I'm only going to leave the hunter with his weapon out because basically these guys really suck with ranged weapons, and if like, you know, people actually come up to him and do like attacks of opportunity, I want them to get the attacks of opportunity. So, end turn. Interesting. He moved his doctor up to melee range. He misses. The other guy misses. They all miss. That's all nice. Oh! I got a hit on my doctor. They hit my doctor. The bastards. Doctors are a high priority, by the way, for the AI. They'll go after your doctors a lot. Alright, I think we want to do here. The scout can move over here. I'm going to have my scout go over to the soldier and just distract him for a moment. And then these guys are going to pick off the doctor here, so... Boom. And only my doctor got hit here, so what I'm going to do with her... We're going to have the doctor go here and take a pot shot at the doctor there. And miss, of course, because that's what they do a lot. And we'll have the doctor move right there. Now, at this point, I could maybe have this guy, you know, attack this guy with like a melee attack or rifle or whatever. But what we're going to do with this guy, I think, we're just going to move him here. And there's the attack opportunity because, you know, he moved out of range to that guy. We're just going to have Rita finish this guy off. Doctor down. I'm going to move Sierra over here, and we're going to have this soldier take a flanking attack on this guy. Now, no, I want to be very careful because they got a scout over here, and he can run around and do a flanking attack on me. So, what I'm going to do with this guy, he's actually going to move. And I'll give him an extra attack here, but basically it'll prevent him from being flank attacked by this guys as a result. You can move there. And I want my ranger here. I'm going to move her around over to here. And she can help out on this soldier over here. Oh, I miss. And note that you're not guaranteed to hit with ranged weapons, even with like a hunter here. They can still miss. Like as you can see, accuracy is 77%. That's the chance that they'll miss, basically. And it will miss every so often, those guys, whether you like them to or not. Alright, let's leave these guys sort of in the position they are, I guess, for now. Let's end our turn. You move his scout over to my hunter. Oh, my hunter took a big hit there. And he stunned my soldier there. And shot my hunter there. He attacked my hunter there. I'm lucky I didn't lose anyone yet, but I'm about to, I think, in this fight. Let's see. Let's have Rita move over here to the scout and we'll help our ranger on him. And let's have you. This is where we're going to use basically tactical move on this guy. And we're going to get this guy the hell out of here. So he's going to move over here. I'm going to bring my scout around over here. We're going to use sneak first. And it's going to do flanking strike on this guy. Now, I'm tempted to finish off his scout, just so I don't have to worry about him, so maybe we'll do that. This will incur, attack of opportunity on her, but I'll finish off her scout, which is a good boon, I think, to do. So, off we go, and there goes their scout. Scout is down. So he's out of the way. I'm going to move Rita up here. You can't move anymore. And my doctor is going to go heal up our hunter, I think. Or maybe I'll go heal up this guy. Healing up her might be a better idea. Because she's really at risk of dying, so... I mean, that guy's low on HP, but he's in cover right now, and no one's going to be able to hit him for the moment, so... I'll heal up this person, and then we'll push on from there. Use strategy, so to speak. Tactics. Nice, a miss. Oh. He went after my hunter there twice with that hunter. Luckily he missed twice, which is also good. So, Gabriel, let's have you go here. And we'll take a shot at this guy here, I guess. And we'll move you back into cover over here. I still have to deal with this soldier over here, so let's go like this. Swipe. Swipe. And yes, swipe. Or that's more of a poke. But there goes that soldier. He's out of the picture. Now, I'm thinking with these guys... I'm going to move this guy over to here. And he's just going to get in the melee range of that guy. And my scout... My scout sadly doesn't have enough, movement to get, sneaking over to here. But I could maybe go like this. I'll take that, attack opportunity. And then we're going to do a flanking strike like this. And we'll instantly down him. move the soldier up to here, and then you can move like right there. It doesn't really matter if he's hunter, so to speak, with this person, you know, moving her either way, but that gets her a little bit, you know, I guess back a little bit. Let's have the soldier move here, and you can move up to here. I'm amazed I haven't lost anyone, but I could be speaking too soon. These guys could maybe knock down one of these guys if I'm not careful. Nice, a miss. Not going to kill me this time. Alright, let's finish off these hunters. Let's see here. Now, note that this guy put them in, these guys in position where I can't flank them. Basically, I can't get any sort of, like, you know, positioning where these guys will be behind them. But I can go like this, I think. Heal up this person here. Move you here. And we're just going to go like this. And yeah, we'll move up with this hunter here a little bit. Note that these guys are in partial cover. Basically, you can see the little yellow line at the end past the barricades. But I might be able to get a hit if I'm lucky, so we'll try that. Nope, no luck. But anyhow, let's just try and finish this guy off here. And I don't think I moved this guy in close enough to hit that guy, but the scout can move all the way around, so let's do that. And there goes their hunter. So he's out of the picture. Move you up a little bit closer. Next time I can flank this guy. So let's do that. We'll do sneak again. Run you all the way around here. And then we'll just go finish him off. Nice, flawless victory. So boom, 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 boom. And we lost a little bit of equipment on our hunter there, but oh well. No one got injured, which is, you know, a blessing. When all of Norigo's men are down, your people help them up and everyone shakes hands. Umberto and Captain Norigo are talking out of earshot, join them. You saunter over to the two men and Umberto happily includes you in the conversation. Well fought, Fuchsia. I don't think we've had such an interesting battle here in quite a while. The men tend to pull their punches a little when they're fighting their own. It's true. Throw another contingent in as opponents and suddenly they're on our side stake. And they fight like soldiers. Our troops should spar more often, Capitan. So, we have urgent business for inland, but perhaps you can arrange for some sort of tournament. I have more important things to do. Or you can say, are you sure you can handle being beaten so thoroughly more than once? So let's do that. We're going to last, but you spot a glimmer of annoyance in his eyes. Your people have the advantage of setting up the barricades this time. Next time we'll fight on more even terms. So, that's the deal. Tournament on even terms. Rodrigo smiles and shakes on it. Then he goes back to his men to see his injuries and hand out patrol assignments for the evening. Umberto claps his hands together and grins in anticipation. I shall make the arrangements. This will be a contest, remember, mark my words. Then he strolls off to direct his people's efforts to take down the barricades. So, that's out of the picture. And this guy's still here, so let's just talk to him a little bit. And he's out of the picture again. Now, I think at this point we're going to buy a little bit more resources. Or try to. Specifically, I need to get more rations. And I think we're going to use our medicine here a little bit, so I'll buy that many rations just to sort of continue on. And that's basically it for this episode, I think. We basically took out Norigo's, guys again in a sort of like, sort of tutorial battle with like barricades, even though they didn't use any. And now we're basically into the game proper for like the first campaign. We'll be fighting the rebels and all that. And I think, though, for the first little bit after this, I'm going to actually go search for Karens and try and pick up a little bit of experience. And speaking of experience, I actually have enough to upgrade these guys a little bit, you know, in rank. So let's see here. Right now, currently, I've got, you know, Reino Portanus up to Man-at-Arms. And what I'm thinking about doing... Let's go to Daniela here, and I'm actually going to give her an upgrade. And note that basically when you're upgrading these people, they get promotions for like abilities, so she's going to get Sneak as well as Reina. Now, something I like to do with like my second scout, we're actually going to give her a polearm. And basically, this will allow the follower to use a polearm in battle. So, now, if I want to, I can change this like shield and sword to a polearm. And that'll be much, much better than, like, you know, this sword and shield if I'm going to go for offensively with her. So they'll do that. And I'm thinking about maybe upgrading her too. So let's give Gabrielle here an upgrade. I'm just going to look through this a little bit. I'm thinking we're going to give her maybe Keen Eye. And Keen Eye will basically let her basically ignore up to 7 points of a target's armor when she makes an attack. So that'll help her a lot. And we're just going to boost up her hunting. And this will help a little bit of hunting afterwards. And that'll basically be it for the upgrades for now. I'll have to eventually think... I didn't give any of my soldiers any equipment, apparently. No, yes I did. Raina here has it. No, it does a scout. So I didn't give any of my soldiers any equipment. That's interesting. It's not terrible, but whatever. I gave the doctor here a little bit of equipment, which is fine. She'll probably be the next one to upgrade, by the way. Sanchez here. Anyhow, that'll be it for this episode. Those guys have been upgraded. Next time I'm going to push on and try to basically find a couple Karens. We've gotten a couple here for, you know, chart the outskirts. If I find one more Karen, or two more Karens basically, I know where one is and just have to find the other one. And then we're good for chart the outskirts, so maybe I'll do that. There's also chart the coast and the other stuff, but we'll get to it when we get to the next episode. For now, though, that's it for this episode, so take care, hope you've enjoyed, and we'll basically continue on.